Welcome back to Inside Healthcare. Now we explore what one of our local communities is doing to create a healthy environment for all of us. And we're very pleased to have with us Jack Lanners, leaders from the Woodbury Community Foundation, and Roger Green. Thank you.
Glad to be here.
And I understand that you've got an exciting new health initiative that you're launching, but before we talk about that, Jack, why don't you tell us about the foundation for people that may not be familiar with the Woodbury Community Foundation?
Thank you, Jody. The Woodbury Community Foundation has been around for a little over 11 years now. We have over 20 dedicated board members who are continuing the mission of strengthening our community by connecting people and organizations with causes that matter. This is important as we move forward with our initiatives and our committees that take care of those. Those initiatives include youth, food, jobs, and health, which you'll hear a little bit more of shortly.
Yeah, can you give us an example of some of those initiatives and how the foundation is helping?
Well, sure. You can see how they tie together almost like a fabric or a tapestry when you talk about health and food and youth and jobs. They're interconnected, so our teams need to stay very closely connected with the collaboratives that they initiate. One was the Woodbury Youth Resource Connection, which is a collaboration of quite a number of public, private, nonprofit youth organizations who can work together to identify needs that maybe aren't being addressed or filled, along with creating efficiencies. We also have the Citizens Academy, which is an 8-week, one night a week program that residents will learn about the city, about public works and public safety, and the nonprofit charitable community, along with volunteer opportunities, so that when they graduate, we're creating servant leaders in the community. And once a servant leader, always a servant leader. We also have the Leadership Forum, which is another collaboration of local leaders, business leaders, and nonprofit leaders in the community. When you bring those three together, they're the best at identifying the real basic needs that we have currently today in the community. And this is what the foundation does, in addition to what most foundations do, which is look out 10, 20, 30 years into the future. Because our goal is to have a good, vibrant, strong Woodbury far into the future for all our residents.
And you're looking beyond the Woodbury borders as well with the organization, are you not?
Yes, we do, and there's some examples of that, which we'll talk about on our talking about the 4 million meal pack if we get to that.
All right, and then Roger, I understand that you're launching this new health initiative called the Woodbury Health of Culture? Culture of Health, however, get that correct?
Right.
So why don't you tell us about it? What is it all about?
Sure. A little better than a year ago, Senator Dave Durenberger spoke to the Woodbury Community Foundation Leadership Forum, and he really challenged that group to create community engagement around the social determinants of health. His message was that we won't fix the healthcare crisis by working on the medical side that's trying to fix people once they're sick, but instead we need to go upstream and trying to figure out how do we help people stay healthy.
You actually have some graphics that kind of demonstrate some of this information.
Yeah, absolutely. The research shows us that social determinants of health are about 80% of what makes people healthy. So it's everything from healthy behaviors to the social and economic things, hunger and jobs and the like, along with the physical environment, really the way the community is designed physically. So since that time, we've been partnering with the City of Woodbury, with the Woodbury Area Chamber of Commerce, with Health East, with the Washington County Public Health, and with the Woodbury Health and Wellness Collaborative to really figure out how do we bring that to life in Woodbury in a very sustainable fashion over the long term.
And you're in the early stages, but what's any idea like what that's going to look like when you're talking about working with all of these groups to make the community healthier?
Sure. Yeah, you know, Washington County has done a tremendous job doing health needs assessments. So there's a lot of research that's been done on what the needs of the county are. And so we're not going to like recreate the wheel in that respect, but we will have community dialogue groups, listening groups where we'll really talk collectively about what does this tell us about what do we need to do within Woodbury to try and help people stay healthy, get healthy. We expect to start some of those discussion groups this fall.
Very exciting news. So you had made reference to the 4 million meals. Jack or Roger, what's that all about?
Well, I did, because it's a perfect example of a collaboration, not only between Feed My Starving Children and us in Woodbury, but also between hundreds of businesses and thousands of people that will be required to pack these 4 million meals for Feed My Starving Children. So it's really bringing the community together and the surrounding community, but it also is an example that we're working with Feed My Starving Children, which will donate 10% of the proceeds back to the Christian Covered Emergency Food Shelf, which
And they don't usually do that.
takes care of the region. No,
No,
this
it's
is a
usually-
groundbreaking initiative here.
So 4 million meals, how do you hope to accomplish that? And again, the foundation is just supporting this effort by local organizers.
That's correct.
How do you-
We're supporting it. We have our volunteer database, along with, we're really an umbrella go-to organization that we're developing our volunteer database. We have over 1,700 names. We'll certainly promote that through our business connections and group connections and initiative connections to put together teams, because we're going to need a lot of people to make those 4
I
million
just can't
meals, as you can
imagine, yeah.
imagine. It's a 4-day process, October 8th through the 11th at Bielenberg Sports Center. So it's going to be a big event. It's going to be fun, as are most things and how they should be. Have fun while you do good.
And I understand it's being billed as the largest, or hopes to be one of the largest ever events?
It definitely would be one of the largest. Whether it would be the largest, I'm not completely sure, but it's certainly big.
And if people want more information, just look for it online then? Or?
If they want more information, a great spot would be woodburyfeeds.org.
Okay, sounds great. And I'm holding one of these green little frisbee sort of thing, and it says Chef Fest in Woodbury, and what's that all about?
Well, each fall, the Woodbury Community Foundation has a community event to get people excited about what's going on in Woodbury and to help raise some money to support the operations. This year, we're extremely excited to have a new concept. We're going to be spotlighting the work of 5 area chefs who will be sharing their best kept secret recipes and sharing their food with the people that turn out. We're hoping to have 450 folks showing up at the prom center to share the fun with us that evening. And
It's our largest annual fundraiser for the foundation. So we look at it as having fun, meeting friends, eating food,
Well, it sounds
and helping
delicious.
the future,
Yeah.
because it's the 4 F's there.
So any hints on tips or what they're going to be serving up to some of these chefs yet, or is it all kept a secret at this point?
It's not defined, but there will be at least 5 different stations for sampling, and you'll be able to try numerous different things at each station that could be international. It could tie in with seafood recipes and so on. So if you like food, this is an event not to miss, while you help the Community Foundation with the planning for the future.
So it's a great cause, and some of the proceeds will go toward the local food shelf as well, I understand?
Absolutely. We've worked closely with the food shelf in their strategic planning and throughout their growth process in serving the Woodbury and surrounding communities with those needs.
Any other information that our viewers should know about the Woodbury Community Foundation and how you're trying to get us all healthy?
well, we could talk for hours about what's going on with the Woodbury Community Foundation. Having been around for 11 years, Jack's just kind of scratched the surface of the initiatives and the literally hundreds of volunteers that work with us every year to try and make Woodbury the best it can be for everybody.
Jack, final?
Exactly. Just really our 3-year legacy campaign to raise $3 million for the future that will culminate with the 50th anniversary of the city of Woodbury. This is an opportunity for people or families to leave a legacy in perpetuity for an area or field of interest that they care a lot about. and we know the future will be different.
So if people want more information about Chef Fest, how they can participate or get involved with it, or the 4 million meals, how can they get more information about the Woodbury Community Foundation?
The best place would be woodburyfoundation.org.
That's very simple and sweet and short.
It is, yeah. And then, of course, woodburyfeeds.org, they have a separate website for the 4 million meals.
Well, I know that you're both very busy, so I really appreciate you stopping by and letting us know about these events and about the foundation, and thank you.
Well, thanks for
Excellent.
inviting us.
Thank you,
Roger and
Julie.
Jack, thank you. And we'd like to thank you for joining us. We hope you'll join us next time on Inside Healthcare. We'll see you then, everyone.
Feed the future.